long runways and the alien base, as they say, right?
Area 51.
Don't worry.
So I got up late this morning, been catching a sleeper. Yeah, like hulky holster. Yeah, happy boy, ain't you? Yeah, you're a happy little skinny boy. Ain't you? Hey, yes, happy little cuddles, ain't you, baby boy? And we got crappy crate again this morning from Willow since she had a full bowl of food yesterday. So, we've got more washing to do. And she's got to have a shower before she can come in here. So the two females are in the hallway at the moment with their food and water. Screeching like little banshees, wanting to come in here and wipe all their shit on my bed. Well, it's not Lola, it's Willow. Either dominance crapping or crapping because people are slamming car doors in the morning and waking her up. Not quite sure why she's doing it yet, but I will get to the bottom of it. I don't think it's dominant shitting and pissing because Lola's in there with her. And there's a little female competition going on there between mother and daughter. I don't think that's the cause at all. I think it's territorial peeing and crapping because noises when they should be asleep. Because it happened before, didn't it, with Willow? So I'm pretty sure that's the cause. No, what are you doing? That's it. That's it. I don't have to do it forcefully, do I? Just push you over. Yeah. There we go, here's the little noises from behind me, look. Yeah. Oh, where is she? Where's she hiding? Look. Yes. Miss Puppy Pants. Making squeaky noises through the door. You got to go in the shower, girl. Before you come in here and put it on my fucking bed. At least you moved your blanket out the way before you sat there and waited for me to clean it up. So it's not like she lays in it, she just sort of sits there, has a crap, flicks her blanket out the way, and then sits there and waits for you to come and see what's going on. So it's not everywhere, it's not flicked all in Lola's crate or nothing. She's just sort of casually moved it behind her. But it's still on the blanket. It turns out Lola's crate bottom. Get off a minute. Thank you. Mr. Snuggle up against me. Lola's crate bottom's got a rusted through hole now. So I can't leave that one in there. I've got to order a plastic base for it now. So replacement base for one crate. Once I've measured it. It's payday as well. Oh dear. Where's my freaking vape? Nicotine withdrawal's going alright though. Like I said, I've got a pipe for me meds. for the arthritic pain. Got a vape for the nicotine withdrawal, even though I prefer a doob to a pipe because of my lungs. But I don't have no problem using a vape. So therefore, the meds need to be switched to a vape. So I was right in what I discussed with the doctor, wasn't I? See? Sorry, Hulkster. Forgot about you there. Sorry, buddy. You can move though, you don't have to lay there in it. I'll turn the fan on in a minute and get the window open. Right, what am I on this morning? Watching the earthquake forecast, and something that the guy that taught me about it is pointing out, which I tend to agree with. We all know there's been solar storms recently that are all grounding down to the core of the earth and then coming back up as earthquakes. Add into that microwave military tech that's heating up the atmosphere, i.e. global warming, just like a microwave would do, heating up stuff. That energy also grounds into the planet's electrical system, natural electrical system, which it's not intended to do, because it's only designed for planetary energy coming in, i.e. from the sun, to fuel the magnetosphere, is it not? So, military microwave tech that's been designed as a 5G prison for the populations around the world is doing something to the planet that isn't good for the humans that live on it, or the rest of nature that lives on it. And that's what's being proven. So, let me just give you an example. Right, coffee. Java coffee and molten magma coffee. Just Morrison's own blend. Cheap Java coffee. And Aldi, cheap Sumatran Java coffee. No brand labels like Taylor's Java coffee, which is double the price. So you can get 2 lots of cheaper coffee that aren't brand names. Both come from the same area of Sumatra and Java on the globe. Now, if you follow the earthquake path back along the plate boundaries from Java through Nepal, through Afghanistan, where the big earthquake just hit, through Iran, through Iraq, and through Turkey to Italy and Greece, where the earthquakes are affecting the volcanic chambers underneath Italy, which one has just started erupting in the last few days, that I noticed. I think it was Stromboli, I think, by memory, because I put the link online for the live cam, just to prove that the volcano is erupting. So the same energy that keeps me motivated, alert, and in a hyperactive state to fight off fake viruses and normal autumn and winter colds by raising the body temperature to kill the virus, stone dead, as it enters the body before it takes hold, therefore hacking the body system to raise the temperature above that which a virus can live in and breed in. Right. Got that mentality now. Right. Do you think it's a wise move for the military to be pumping, for the reasons of war, lots and lots of microwave energy into the planet's system of energy that protects the planet through the magnetosphere? Do you think it's wise to overload it so it breaks down, therefore threatening every living thing on the planet by their actions? Do you think that is a safe thing to do? Well, that's what's happening. And we all know what happens when volcanoes erupt, especially ones like supervolcanoes in Italy, and burying towns and cities in feet of ash, or meters of ash. Do you think that's a wise thing for them to be messing about with, while they're trying to kickstart wars all over the place? And you've got the Taliban also saying that they want a clear path now made through Iraq, through Iran, to the eastern borders of Israel, which is fulfilling something in the Quran about the black flags. And you've got the neocon Christians doing the same with the Megiddo side of things. So grown adults trying to bring about a situation by acting out what it is in both books. Does that make sense? But here's the thing. I caught the Americans come out with a statement a little while ago saying like that the Russians are part of the Malhammer, blah blah blah. So they're trying to influence the Muslims. And we all know about Afghanistan and how the Taliban were created, along with Al Qaeda being an American front against the Russians. So I wouldn't take too much notice of the black flag manipulation story. see the swollenness around the knuckle there? It's getting ready to lock. I can feel it heating up already. The pain's coming from inside the hand. Right, so it's already, the Java's already making the gas in the knuckle joints swell up. Look. See the middle finger? Right. See the swelling starting to come up in the knuckle joints? Right. I've only had one Java so far, but it's activating the SLI energy within, making the gas expand in the joints, which is also what the earthquake energy is doing in magma chambers, isn't it? As it expands the gas and gets ready to explode the magma all over the place. Do you see how I'm using that as a lesson on how energy works? Because it's the same energy, isn't it, that grows the coffee beans on the slopes of the volcanoes there, which is very high in natural earth elements. Far better than nitrates that poison the land, that that all the chemical companies sell to the farmers to grow our food. So volcanic ash is better as a natural fertiliser than chemical laid in the soil, which are really industrial waste chemicals, just resold after they worked out what nature does with it. Yeah, I just saw Mr. Magpie going along the fence top there. Yeah, so this is accumulating knowledge again. Just chit-chatting over a coffee in the morning. State a piece of love in the house. Once again, proving how I focus into education mode first thing in the morning, when there's no one here moaning at me, telling me to turn it all down while I'm educating myself. If you see what I mean, because we're working within the 3-day rule. I can have a visitor here for 3 nights a week without neighbours reporting me. If you see what I mean. Because someone's been trying his best to make loads of noise in the night time, which will get me complained at by any neighbour it upsets. And you're well aware that I've got a grumpy neighbour that side of the wall, and I heard the grumbling come through the wall while my son was making a bit of noise. But he's got a head injury, so he's doing things what he wouldn't normally be doing at the moment, if you see what I mean. So I'm having to show a lot of patience and restraint while I heal my son. Which has already been stated to the doctor. It could all be checked and verified, like I've already said. Alright, so if there's any complaint, I can point them to the doctor say, will you please check if I've reported that to my doctor and what I'm doing with my son as we get him through this head injury that he suffered. And then when it's checked and verified, they say, well, actually, neighbour that side, little bit of compassion and understanding, please. He's not taking the piss out of you. It's not being done against you. So if you're complaining, it's harassment. It's not being done intentionally. The person that actually has that property registered, which is me, is aware of it. And he's been trying to calm it all down, hasn't he? So therefore, it's not deliberate. And it's definitely not being done to piss him off. It's just a thing we're trying to work through at the moment. So that's why I'm not bothered about it. It's not antisocial behaviour. So it can't be fucking manipulated like that. Because I'm explaining it all properly while being monitored and having my online accounts monitored. I'm actually explaining it. So there should be no problem because they're fully aware of it. Who's squeaking now? It's Willow. You've got food out there, you've got water out there, you need a shower. Don't push your luck. Your mother's laying down all being good, isn't she? You're not coming in here because I don't know if you've sat in the crap first without checking you. So shut up. You could have held on to that until you got up and went in the garden. You've had no puppies, you've got no excuses. You got no prolapses or nothing going on. If your mother can hold herself together, you can too. Stop being a pissy, shitty arse little Mardy mare. And start acting like a woman, not a fucking baby girl. Bully bitch. The boys don't do it in here. Your mother didn't do it last night and she had the same amount of food as you did. So far this morning I've had her empty the water bucket before she goes out in the garden, which then made her belch and regurgitate a bit of water on my kitchen floor, which I just chucked a dirty vest on after noticing a single blade of grass in it. Oh, so it is down to the eating grass, isn't it? Because some came up in her regurgitated water. From what she'd been doing yesterday. And that's what's unsettling our guts. So, puppy behaviour that is, isn't it? Where they haven't learnt their lesson yet. The boys have learnt the lesson, the mother's learnt the lesson, but the daughter's not following the mother's instructions and training, which is why we brought the mother in. To finish off the female training. See, puppies learn from their mothers and fathers, not from the humans that train them first. So there you go. Alright. I've watched enough of that at the moment. I don't want to over complicate my brain first thing in the morning. So I'm going to watch the rest of that one later on when my brain's fully awake. But I did notice it straight away. I did notice what the guy was pointing out. And I also noticed what he was pointing out with Iceland, with Central Europe, and the amount of energy going up those earthquake paths. So we'll just have a look now. What's the time? It's 12:18 now. Right. Let's shut Facebook. Open up the BGS, because there should be updated information by now. If not, then it's pretty obvious what they're doing, because that earthquake path's been open. So have they updated the information or not? Because this is about control of information, yeah? Same as the online safety bill. So let's have a look. Yes, they have. They've just updated 2, which when added together does not in any way add up to the amount of energy that's going through the North Sea. So what I'll do with this, let me just put this down, because I'm just going to update that information to where I've just let's move my vape so I can use both fingers. Copy, paste under the other comment that I added to this post. Edit, space, space, space. Just add into the comment that I've already posted for Dutch Sense to see, and the rest of the earthquake group. There you go. Just waiting for BGS to update REF Iceland pathway. Earthquake information updated to the earthquake group. Right, done. There you go. Right, I'm going to have a listen to this while some on social media with YouTube channels end up back in prison. I'm going to share this one before I listen to it. Because I had the same thing be attempted on me at the weekend, where I noticed someone had been messing about, not myself, with my Facebook settings. And everything I've been posting for at least 3 to 5 days after scrolling back. And then I just give up. I thought, nah, this has been going on a while. I asked the woman who it was all being posted to, and she told me, yeah, it's been going on a while. She said, I thought it was a blip. I said, no, it wasn't a blip, and it wasn't me. I didn't change those settings, so all I can do is apologise for the government's actions. It wasn't me. Right. Now, Yummy Bee's explaining how social media accounts and what things are said and who they're posted to and against and blah blah blah, and how the online safety bill actually works now, and how they're targeting people that say things which the government don't agree with online and returning them to prison, because it all is a set-up to round up political prisoners under the Investigatory Powers Act and the Online Safety Bill now. So I'm going to post it to my social media to back up what I stated at the weekend, after apologising to the woman and then going after the people that did it. Because it was coming from the government, wasn't it? Not from any people online. So, using my unique sense of humour, I was just pointing out a few things that are blatantly obvious to everybody, so everybody else knew who's doing it to who. And if they're doing it to people like me and to other content creators, then they're obviously going to start going through their accounts as well, anyone on the friends list now. So be very, very careful what's coming, because this is Nazism and communism all rolled into one for totalitarianism. Freedom of speech? Well, there isn't any if they're twisting your words. Is that correct or not? So it can take something, what someone said, twist it, and then say, well, blah, 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 blah. You need to go back to prison for that. For what? Telling a joke or expressing an opinion or telling the truth? What fucking nonsense. I saw someone yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, actually naming this video creator in a post that he's made. That's targeting someone. So that person has broken the rules, what they've just set, by trying to cause alarm or whatever to this video content creator. By actually naming him. You see what I mean? Everything that I pointed out towards my actual court case that happened, the set-up court case, was true. And they know that. And I can prove it. And they know that. Now they're getting worried because I said the actual person that authorised it is the MP, who happens to be a government MP. How about that? Another one of those corrupt idiots manipulating the law and breaking the law. Right, have you quite finished that, Mr. Cheesy Dairy Lee Liquor? Have you? You could have waited for the girlies to clean yourself up like that, couldn't you? Did you have to do that while I was recording a video, Mr. Tilty Head? Don't you dare try and kiss me with them fucking lips now. Dairy Lee Dick. Was you cleaning the end off, was ya? Was you polishing your sword, was ya? Dirty boy. Okay, don't get freaked out and don't rush towards my face with that look on your face as if to say, give me a kiss. Ah, you fuck off. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Barney, come away from that barrier. Come on. Get away from Lola. I've got to go and do stuff today. Might even take you with me, actually. Won't have to pay dog bus fare for the dog, because I can put that harness that's under there on him, on his back, which clearly states that he's a working dog with a red and black banner on his back. So he could be classed as a service dog. What is it they call them for people suffering with PTSD? Can't remember. It's a certain word they use for those types of dogs, companion dogs or whatever, for trauma survivors and sufferers. But I've got one of those harnesses now. Medical assistance dog, in it, I think, or something like that they're called. And if it's chained round my waist on a long lead, then obviously it's protecting my energy circle in it, and has free rein to move around me to protect that. And I still have both hands free to use my walking stick or defend myself if need be. And you're going to protect the hallway, aren't you, and the bitches? So we've got a state of peace and love in the house, but no kisses off Dairy lips there. Was that a wink, Marnie? Hulkster? Was that a wink? You dirty boy. I'm going to get you with my cheesy Dairy lips in a minute if you don't stop teasing me. Old tilty head there. Little Hulk star, aren't you? Eh? You want to Hulk smash them women, don't you? Yeah, bitches. You're just seeing which one to tolerate you first. Personally, I think Lola's more your energy, because she's not so heavy-handed with you. Marnie likes the heavy-handedness, because he's heavy-handed as well. So he's more Willow's sort of energy, and jaw chewiness. And Hulkster's more of a yelper. You know what I mean? He hasn't got such a big frame, so he feels the pain a little bit more. And he's more Lola's sort of reservedness. Because Lola sort of only does that to train her daughter with a gentle nip. And if she doesn't listen, she just keep applying pressure until she does listen, and then release. But when she plays without doing it and being too heavy-handed, because she's slightly older and slightly calmer energy. suffering with a bit of arthritis. So once we get the old cod liver oil in her, and she's now started bouncing about a bit more and getting a bit fitter and a bit more confident, she's now jumping about, standing on her hind legs and all that sort of stuff, and she's starting to get better like Willow did when Willow first come here. So yeah, that was pointed out to the dog go-betweens yesterday when they dropped some food off for me. Just as they check the dog's state of health and see if she's happy in that. Yeah. So all good on that front. And they tell the owners, yeah, dog's doing great, other dog's doing great. This is what the guy that's looking after them has said would be the best way forward. All depends on what you want to do with the dogs now. Do you want them destroyed or do you want them saved? You make the choice. I'll defend the dogs, because the dogs could be classed as my own family bloodline, seeing as that's what the kill orders are in place for with the human population in this country, as they try to destroy those bloodlines, the same as they're trying to destroy dog bloodlines. Very Nazified eugenology thinking going on from those in Downing Street and the elites in this country at the moment, and the globalists with that agenda, trying to get all populations around the world into a more manageable, compliant number. They can only do it a couple of ways, can't they? Either through a conflict or a program of putting something inside people's bodies to affect the breeding of those said families through fear and coercion. I'm going to leave it at that and upload this video as it just comes up to 44 minutes, because I think I've said all I need to say on that. So let's just let it run down its time. Have a lovely Monday, folks, and stay focused.